What's up, gays, straights, and other theys? It's Mally. I'm back with an episode of Lady in Mystery. We are back, and we are finally back on track for the gay. Yes. But we are starting in Woo-sung's point of view, so I'm not quite sure where we're going from here, but I'm excited to keep going on this journey, so let's just keep going with this. I lived in Buseapli, which was a normal village with no distinctive wealthy family was living. I was born as a shaman's bastard there. My father was an itinerant vendor selling cigarettes. He'd spent the night with an old shaman one night and then just went away. Oh, so we're getting more into Woo-sung's past. I'd love to know more about my brother. Okay. A love child that an old shaman gave birth alone. A vulgar boy who was born as a lowlife. Oh, the shaman's my mother. Any word that explains me was unpleasant, and I was growing up to be that boy people were calling me. Aw. Even a random kid gave me an order using non-honorific, and the only place let me work was a horse stable. So what's the point of me being nice to other people and acting civil? But my mother never scolded me for anything. Maybe she felt bad giving birth to me without a father, or maybe she just didn't really have affection for me. Just let me do whatever I want, and that made me feel like I was a burden to her. So I never whined or grumbled, even though I felt frustrated about something. We didn't talk much, but we had meals together and sew up holes in each other's clothes when we found one. This was the way an old shaman who had lived alone for her whole life loved her child. It was like a sin that you can't really talk about. I naturally became scanty of words. Oh, is that why Woo-sung doesn't really talk much? I was really good at drawing amulets with red ink, which we will look at right now. An amulet with red ink, so when making amulets they used red ink on yellowed paper. Mercury sulfide, which is deadly poison, was used for red ink. For yellow paper, they dyed the paper with scholar flowers. Oh. Let me actually look up what a scholar flower is. Okay, well, this is all I caught for a scholar flower, I guess. So, I guess it can be any flower? I don't know. I'm a little confused, but this is what I got. This is what Google gave me. But anyway, back to the game. I was really good at drawing amulets with red ink instead of my old mother, and carving wooden tags, statues of Buddha or God, since those were all I've seen growing up. And I was big and strong. I thought I would be in a robbery gang when I grow up. I didn't have anything I want until my mother died and I ran into someone on the road. Me? Or my family? Oh, what a crazy bastard. I should cut your wrist already. What a little piece of shit. What kind of scumbag robs a monk? I was beaten by young men of the village as always. As always? What? I barely covered my ribs and my head with my arms and wasn't saying anything. Then I heard the low voice from the distance. Oh. When I took a glance, it was an old official waving at people. He was an accountant working for the government. Then he started to be nosy and asked them what was going on. He looked like a middle-aged government official who had been studying for all his life. Why does he care about plebeian's business when he has his own comfy life? I immediately hated him. The young man told the accountant that I'm the thief who'd been a problem of this village, and that I'm a bastard who steals things all the time. Then let the government official judge me. I'll handle him and scold him really bad. So you guys can go now. Friend? The accountant made them go away with that seemingly feeble body. He kinda looks like Hisu. Is this my dad? I think we're finding out more about my family too. I won't follow him as he wants. When I was scoffing inside my head, he came to me and asked, "Are you the son of a shaman, Jeonion?" When he mentioned my mother's name, I flinched for a moment. But then I bluffed and raised my eyes. Don't you know it's bad luck to mention a dead shaman's name? Do you want to be possessed? I talked as if I was about to come at him, but he didn't get mad or scold me. Instead, he bent over and shook off the dust from my clothes. His voice was soft. You were such a good-looking guy. Why do you steal things from people? Why don't you work? You shouldn't waste your able body. Who's going to give work to a son of a shaman? I talked back and yelled at him. Yeah, when you live your whole life basically having to justify and defend everything you do, when someone is nice to you, it's hard to accept the help as genuine because you're worried about the catch later, and I think that's what's going on here. Oh, buddy. Why don't I work? Why don't I work? And then the accountant finally frowned. Now I'm gonna be slapped. Yeah. You're not expecting kindness, you're expecting to be hit. I flinched my shoulders. Then a bundle of coins dropped before me with a clanging noise. The accountant folded his hands behind his back and pointed with his chin. Then you won't have an excuse anymore once someone gives you work. What are you talking about? From tomorrow, you should come to my house every 2 to 3 days. You are my assistant now. When I was perplexed and didn't even think about taking the money, the accountant slowly went away. Wait, how do I find you? Damn. Oh, it's a different theme. Well, that's beautiful. I love the music and the art of this game so much. I know I keep going on, but it's so good. Like, to be honest, normally visual novels are not my cup of tea. Like, I didn't get the appeal of playing them, but now I do, because I really love this one a lot. I was twisted and turned for a while, debating. You give money to a complete stranger, then you lose your money, of course. I am one of the lowest 7 classes of plebeians. I could just run away with this money. After my mother passed away, this small shrine filled with altar portraits of Buddha and statues of the different gods became mine. The smell of incense that my mother used to burn still remained in that shrine. At that time, I always smelled like incense. I grabbed my clothes, smelt it, then lay on the side. I don't have to play along with that guy showing himself off. I don't have to go. I've decided my mind and closed my eyes, but I couldn't sleep. My heart was beating fast, my back was itchy, I felt nauseous like I was going somewhere far. It was weird. Why is my heart reacting like this when I've already made up my mind not to go? The next day, I ended up standing in front of the gate of that accountant's house, even though they didn't tell me how to get there, I guess I just know. When I knocked on the gate with a tired face from lack of sleep last night, a servant opened the gate. Even though it was winter, there were lots of flowers and plants like camellia, narcissus, and some other plants that I didn't know the name of. Oh! I love those flowers, they're so beautiful. Here they are on screen. I've never recited any flower names in my life. When I stepped into this strange scene, the parlor door opened, and the accountant came out the door. You are a man of your word. I almost wasn't. My word or whatever, what would you do if I didn't show up today? Why did you give that much money to a complete stranger? I was holding it for one day, and now I lean forward talking about it. But the accountant just laughed away with the gorgeous wrinkles on his face. I'm an accountant. Don't you think I didn't know how to run the numbers? Suddenly, my head was in the clouds. I didn't even know why I came here. I didn't remember why I was drooping my shoulders at this yard like an idiot looking at the accountant smiling. I was too confused even considering that I didn't sleep much. When I followed him inside, he led me into his study. Oh. Hey. With a big bookshelf blocking the door, the study was especially dark. The sun shined vaguely through the gaps between the books. Even that didn't seem real. There were all kinds of rare and precious stuff like measuring devices, a graduated ruler, and pens of all the colors. When my sleeve grazed at the wire scale, it made a clanging noise. When I got frightened, he pushed those things away and gave me a chair. I've always sat on the floor without a sitting cushion, so I just bent a little with an awkward posture. You just have to clean all these and transcribe the numbers. I looked around again as he said. I didn't know anything in this room or what he does. I didn't know anything. The one thing I knew was that he was the only accountant in this village, and that sometimes when a company officer came down from Hanyang, they decide the amount of tax together. Oh, is that how you knew where he lived? Huh. Normally I get annoyed when they deviate from the main story like this, because like, I want to see the gay, but like, I'm more than happy to learn more about my brother, you know? I actually care about these characters a great deal. This is so nice. Like, even though like some of the translations are a little rocky, like I get the heart and the feeling and the soul behind each character. It's really nice to see. My family was a vulgar family of a shaman who doesn't farm and who is not a member of taxpayers. So we were alienated whenever there was a party in the village. Whenever I looked over a wall of that house, the accountant was always sitting on the upper seat. Why, do you think I'm asking too much? I think I'm just overwhelmed. When I didn't answer, the accountant asked again with a soft voice. I got surprised and shook my head. No, it's just... I don't know numbers. That's not a problem. You can learn then. Yes, so next time. You don't have to learn next time. Why don't you learn today? You're being so nice to me, and I feel like Woo-sung isn't used to a lot of kindness, and this is just hurting my heart. My poor boy. The accountant held the brush regardless of my bewilderment. I almost got pushed and sat down on a chair with a Boryo on it. I was goofily watching the accountant pulling out the paper, white as snow, and straightening it with a paperweight. Soon, the bundle of paper was in my hand. You're giving me this fancy paper? My hands are dirty. I know it's just 2 hands, but like, when you're so used to a lifetime of like roughness and nothing soft, like the first gentle gesture is just gonna wreck you. Oh god, this is a lot for me right now. I could barely move the tip of my fingers when I felt the brush handle slipping in between my rough fingers with calluses. Then the accountant started grabbing my hand in various ways. My heart started beating fast. What is this accountant teaching to a lowly boy like me? Am I learning how to write? A person like me? Oh, it's young Woo-sung. Actually, he doesn't look too different than he does now. And he looks so nice with his hat off. Or his gat, actually. I know the word for that now. His clean, pale, and long fingers slipped in between my tanned fingers. And I couldn't take my eyes off his dark brown eyes. Anyone wouldn't possibly be able to risk the stability those eyes provide. I'm gonna try to explain why I'm getting so choked up right now. Like, I don't know if, like... This is hitting me pretty hard right now, and I don't expect you to understand why. But this moment right here with Woo-sung, and I'm gonna say his mentor, I guess, his temporary mentor, it reminds me of a friendship I had with one of my teachers a very long time ago. And she was one of the first people who was kind to me after a long time of isolation and feeling lonely and feeling out of place and like I didn't have anything in common with anybody. And then I met her, and it was both of our first year at this new school, and we kind of just bonded with each other for that. And she was my mentor in pretty much all things music, and she is basically the one that gave me my foundations in that regard, and this reminds me of that. And she was the one stable thing that I had in my life, because at the time things were very unstable, and she was safe, and she basically became my mom. So seeing this really reminds me of that. Sorry about that. Anyway. Those eyes make you want to entrust your life to him. Okay, never mind. I'm still being stabbed. I memorized those numbers over and over again. I kept counting numbers even when I was walking. I even had a dream about counting numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 100,000, 10,000. 10,000 of leaves, 1,000 of wind, 100 of people, 10 streets and me. 1. I kept thinking about what I learned. Wow, I really didn't expect to relate to Woo-sung so hard, haha. When I woke up, I started counting the number of hairs on the statue of the gods first. I lay on my belly before the toes of Bodhisattva and add, multiply, and subtract the numbers. Those holy statues considered sacred by my mother was now just the numbers to me. I got used to writing letters since I've been drawing amulets a lot. I used up all the leftover holy yellow papers that were used for amulets. Tried and didn't smell like incense anymore. It now smelled like the cheap ink I got from the accountant's house. All I wanted was to get a compliment from the accountant. It started when he told me I'm doing very well on the first day I learned mathematics. Since then, I kept hearing a gong in my head, and everything in my head started shaking. I got fine all of a sudden when I was thinking something sad, and I got anxious all of a sudden when I was thinking something happy. I wouldn't be this nervous if my mother had told me what she wanted from me at least once. When I went back to the accountant's house, I calmed myself and kept licking my lips. I wandered around his house several times on purpose. I could just push open that wooden gate, but it seemed like the heaviest gate to me. I felt like everyone on the street was looking at me, and I felt like people were laughing at me for trying to learn something as a lowly boy. The world seemed so small to me until then. I wasn't afraid of anything. But strangely enough, I got scared and I was afraid. When I opened my hands, my palms were sweaty. I kept rubbing my hands on my pants, but my hands were still wet. I ended up plucking up my courage when the sun was starting to set. Excuse me? As soon as I said it, someone opened up the gate. You are the only one who talks like that. It was the voice of a little girl. Is that me? Is it me? I heard the little girl's voice, but when the gate was open, there was a boy in front of me. I froze when I looked at the handsome boy who looked much older than me. I know it's rude not to look away, but I couldn't help it. When I was looking vacantly at him, he smiled just like his father. Yeah, because the father looks like me, so am I hiding my identity even now? Are you the assistant? There was a girl's voice again. When I was engrossed in watching the boy's face, a girl who was hiding behind the boy's back stuck her head out. Oh, wait. Did I have another brother? That looks just like me. That's little me, right? Aw, I'm adorable. Look at the little dress I have on. She observed with only her eyes out and then stamped on her feet like a rabbit coming out of its den. That's little me. I thought you would come out with ghosts since you are the shaman's son. But you're normal. Because I'm the son of a shaman, not a shaman. Shaman? I don't know. I felt embarrassed getting nervous on the way and felt frustrated. I regretted getting up my nerve and got into the house, and my face turned red. Wait, so did I have another brother or what? I think these people are saying those things on purpose to keep the distance from people like me. I knew it. When I twisted my lips, the boy laughed and handed me something. Good to know, because we didn't bring gifts for the ghost. Here, it's for you. Oh, do not hurt my heart like this. No. When I looked down, there was a pair of shoes on his hand, and they are hemp shoes, which are shoes made with fancy fabrics like hemp, which I will pop up on screen. It was better quality than those made with straws. I'd imagine. Oh no, and this is probably the first nice gift someone's ever given it, and oh my heart, Woo-sung. Those were expensive hemp shoes made with rami fabric. Is this for me? My sister pestered me to buy a welcome gift for her new assistant. So my sister and I went to the market and brought them. We waited for so long to give you this. So this is my brother. Wait. Did my real brother die? And then I basically adopted Woo-sung as mine? I was right, you never did get a gift before. I have never had any gift before, so I took the gift in bewilderment. The sun started setting and shed light on the shoes. Hemp shoes are quality goods. These shoes were so nice that I felt bad for even touching those shoes with my lowly feet. I was holding up the shoes with my hands for a while and my neck started to be itchy. I got this strange feeling that I haven't felt before, and it messed up inside my head like a will-o-wisp. Didn't know what to do, but the brother and sister hustled. I measured your shoe size secretly when you went into the room with my father the other day. So that is my dad. I knew it, because he looks just like me. Let's try them on and see if you like them. Aww. Yeah, go on. My sister's just gonna lunge at your shoes. When I took off my worn-out straw shoes and put on those new hemp shoes, the brother nodded with a satisfied face and put his hand on his chest like he just remembered something. Oh, my sister's name is Seoul Young, and I'm... Seoul Young, and I'm Seon Bok. You can call me Mr. Seon Bok and call my sister my lady. Wait. Okay, I had a feeling that my real name, wasn't Hisu. So is my real name, Seoul Young? I don't quite understand how Korean, surnames and first names work, but it seems like they put their surname first, so is my real name Young? After introduced by her brother, the little lady squatted down, pressed my feet, and looked up with a satisfied face. Aw. So this is how we met. Cute. Oh, this is beautiful. These little blossoms. Oh my goodness. Oh, the brushwork is amazing. I can't tell if this is digital and scanned into a computer or what, but it looks beautiful. My lady. My lady. Wait, are we back in the present? Wait. Are we still in the past? I don't know. Where are you? I shouted out loud, pushing my way through the bush, but I couldn't see Seo Young anywhere. Okay, so we're still in the past. My daily schedule was pretty simple. Sweep the floor of the accountant's study with a broomstick and clean the objects there with a hemp towel. Then I organize things to calculate on a lacquered chair. I do some house chores until the accountant comes back home, and I have him check the things I organized before I go home. Do I just live alone in a house by myself? Aw, he usually gives me a couple compliments before I go home. Then he worries about Seo Young looking for her. Then I go up the mountain and look for Seo Young on the way back. My day ends after I find her and send her home. Well, whichever name you want to use, Hisu, Seo, I think they're both cute, so I'm glad that I know your real name now though, Hisu. She went to the mountain and field every day like it would kill her if she just spends one day at home. When I asked other family members what she's doing out there, they said she's picking herbs, but when I found her, her basket was always empty. Even so, she always carried the basket with her. On the way up, there were so many edible herbs like shinwina mule, horsetails, butterburbs, and colt's tails. Can't you see all the herbs here? When I was about to pick the colt's tail, I heard the splash from the distant valley. Oh. I love the game, but the iMovie transition cracks me up every time. When I got closer, there was Seo Young. Aww, I can't get over how cute little me is. Oh my goodness. She was catching minnows alone, leaving her empty basket on the rock. What is she doing in this remote place alone without fear? It was so ridiculous that I just had to watch that silly little lady from the distance for a while. Aww, I love this. This is such a cute origin story. Also, that pouch I have on, adorable color scheme. I kind of want one in real life. This is so cute. Oh my goodness, this is so cute. Seo Young was floundering and losing all the minnows between her feeble hands. After doing that for a while, she got exhausted and sat on the rock warm from the sun all day. Then she dipped her fingers in the water and started to write something on the rock. I was smacking my lips and then went behind her secretly. Oh, you little shit. My lady. Oh my gosh! What are you doing here? Behind Seo Young's surprised face, I could see some difficult Chinese letters. I didn't know well, but I think it was a Chinese poem since it was long and the lines were organized. The letters there were so complicated that even a normal guy who studied a lot couldn't seem to understand. Since I'm illiterate, I couldn't recognize any of those letters. I could just tell that those are really complicated. You came here to play, not pick herbs. What are you doing here alone? Why don't you play with your friends in the village? It's dangerous for a little lady to be in the middle of the mountain alone. Do you think other girls would like to study Chinese letter at the valley with me, silly? But you can't be here alone. It's dangerous. What is so dangerous? From now on, you should just come straight here, not wandering around. I'll always be here. Aww. I love our relationship. Oh my goodness, I love this little exploration. This is so cute. Oh, this is my favorite thing now. Seo Young put some water on the rock to erase the letters and threw the rock into the valley, putting her feet in the water. When Seo Young took her anger out on the rock, the water splashed really big and the minnows there were scattered. I was looking at Seo Young's pouty face and gave a little sigh. Even though she's the daughter of the accountant, it's bad luck for a girl to learn the letters and read books. Everyone's gonna point a finger at her. Oh, that's right, we're in a time period where it's woman learning bad. Ugh. Seo Young's here alone because she already knows that. I heard that in Hanyang, girls can study Confucianism. There are some noble ladies who attain their own learnings. But Buseopli is such an old-fashioned village. It's better to keep it a secret when a girl, who's supposed to sew, knows a lot of difficult letters. I carried her basket under my arm and pulled Seo Young up. I can't study with you, but I'm good at catching fishes. Do you want me to catch some? I can't take it home anyway. What will people say if a girl catches fish at the valley? Then we can take care of it here. Take care of it? How? Seo Young looked at me with inquisitive eyes. I thought I got used to being an assistant of the accountant. Strangely enough, I was so distracted. Maybe because as a lowly man, I've never had eye contact with a girl my entire life. Maybe because no woman in the world stares at a person so intensely like Seo Young. I love our dynamic. Please don't develop a crush on me. Please do not. Because, like, I hope that's not where it's going because I love how sweet their dynamic, their brother-sister relationship is. It's so sweet. Please no. Oh, I guess you got some money today. All right then, let's make you do something for me. Catch me some fish or anything. Seo Young squatted down, supported her chin with her hands, and gave a sign with her chin to catch a fish. I looked back at Seo Young's smiling face several times and hurriedly went into the water. I wanted to ask how she knew I got the money today, but I felt so light now that I just poked my hands in the water. 'Cause I am big brain even when I'm little small. Oh, cute. I could hear Seo Young laughing behind me, saying no better than her. I just keep rattling some rocks on the bottom of the valley. Some of the striped shinners went into my hands, but it felt good. I turned my body back to her with a fish in my hand. By the way, there was a strange guest today at home. He's from Hanyang and he was wearing black clothes and black shoes. But your father got so mad and kicked him out. The one with the weird scar that looks like a mule's ear on his arm? With the ornamented gat? I think I heard he's my father's friend. Yes, maybe. But he looked weirdly busy. As soon as I finished the sentence, I realized that all of these were just a dream about the distant past. The moment I closed my mouth, Seo Young's face was blurred and the scene got scattered as soon as I realized it. Wait, what? Huh? What? I knew it. This dream wouldn't just end like this. What? Wait, what's happening? Just when I had ominous thoughts in my mind, I fell into that fire again. As I was wandering amid the red sea of fire, holding my breath, I heard the voice again. The voice I kept hearing over and over. Treason! It's treason! They say the accountant committed treason. Oh no. Only the daughter could run away. Oh dear. The accountant's house was on fire. There were policemen around the house, so I couldn't put the fire with water or take things out of the house. I had to just watch the grass in the garden becoming ash over the front gate. A study, a chair that I sat on when I first learned the numbers, the books I read with the accountant, measurement devices that I thought were from outer space. Everything was on fire. I rubbed my eyes multiple times because the air was too hot. But I couldn't get one step closer. I couldn't be brave enough to get in there or run away quickly. This is just a dream now, but I have to endure this endless punishment. Then I recalled the voice again. The daughter. Only the daughter could run away. From now on, you should just come straight here, not wandering around. I'll always be here. I started running. I looked around a little and then went into the dark path of the mountain in the middle of the night. What? Wait, what happened? My lady, where are you? I kept running into the dark wood, not caring a damn about my face scratched by twigs. I was looking around for the vague sound of a splash, but it was so dark that I didn't know if I was getting closer to the valley or not. Strangely enough, the splash sound was everywhere like hallucinating sounds. When I went this way, it came from that way, but when I went that way, it came from the other way. Random thoughts came across my mind and disappeared, like when I learned more about numbers from my lady at the valley. Every day when we grilled fish the first day I found her in the valley, when I thought of her and laughed before sleep. But everything led to some terrible imagination, so I couldn't think anything deep. My lady! Answer me if you're alive! It's me! My lady! God, please. I'll die for her if I can. Please save my lady. Mother, if you can hear me, please tell the gods for me. I haven't had anything good in my life as the son of a shaman for my whole life, and this is the first time I ever ask you a favor. Please. 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 Wait, what? What is this? Wait, what? What happened? Like, okay, I get that we're flashing back to like when we first met, getting some back. Wait, so the accountant took me in. Hisu is the accountant's daughter, so that's how we met and became friends. There was another boy who I guess was my biological brother, but then somebody got mad at the accountant and set his house on fire. And I'm going to assume, because I think Hisu said something about everybody being dead, maybe the accountant and the brother were inside, but Hisu managed to get out, and so the accountant and my biological brother burned alive? And then we somehow found each other? Okay, you can't just punch me in the feels like that and then run away! Oh god, this game! Oh my god, this is so good! Oh my goodness, y'all need to play this for yourself. This is so good! Especially if I don't romance the lady of your choosing, because I don't know if I want to like show off every single pathway. You know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what we want to do. Hey, Woosung. Okay, we're back in the present. Kim Woosung. Okay, so then I guess I'm gonna say Kim is the surname and Kim comes before my first name? Okay, so then I guess my real name was Young? I don't know how Koreans do naming things. Okay, yeah, I just looked it up. So according to the vast internet, it's the family name that goes first and then your personal name, which means that when they were introducing themselves before, like me and my brother, I guess there was a typo, so I don't know what our actual surname is, but my real name is Young then. When I opened my eyes, there were no woods. It was the room, as always. Aw. My brother and Shuhei were looking down at me. My brother put his finger on my forehead and screamed. How do you sweat so much during sleep? I just went on a roller coaster to have finding out about our past life and like hitting me in the feels with my mentor, and I'm so happy to see you both. Oh my goodness. Did you have a nightmare again? Tell me about it. You kept talking in sleep saying my something. By the way, do you know you cried during sleep? Oh no, that's embarrassing. Before Juhi finished her sentence, I hugged my brother. No, my lady, standing in front of me so tight, half asleep. Seo Young's cheek was pressed on my wet chest, soaked in sweat. My lady. I was about to call it when I realized Juhi was there too, so I just smacked my lips. My lady punched my arm, seeing I'm ruining his gat, but I couldn't let him go for a while. Oh. Oh. That was so... That hit me so hard in the feels, but like... I'm so glad I got to know more about you two. Like, oh. Okay, we're back in my point of view. Oh, there we are. Yeah, I don't really look too much different from the flashback. All right, hopefully we're on to something a little more lighthearted because, geez. All right, here we go. Back in my point of view. It's just tofu skewered and boiled. I think the plate is a little dirty. While Juhi picked at the plate with the tips of her fingers, Woo-sung was sitting blankly with his mouth open. I think his nightmare really made him distracted all day. I purposely pointed at Juhi and told her off more frivolously. Are you saying they have to have a plate made of jade only for you? This is good enough. Whatever, I'm not going to eat anything here. You two take care of this case. I guess it would kill her if she doesn't remind me that she's from Northern Village for one day. There we go, there's the banter I love so much. I grumbled but still took the bowl away from Juhi. Tofu is such a rare food that you can't have every day, and it's still not good enough for her. My case today was to figure out the secret recipe of the food in Pimagil Tavern. This tavern's food has been really popular these days, so my client thinks there's got to be some secret recipe. You know what? I'm kind of glad there's a low-stakes case right now. I think I need that after everything we went through. It's much easier than stalking or catching people, but the pay was almost half of the usual amount. There were common dishes on the table like rice soup, tofu soup, shredded white radish, shredded cucumber, pickled pumpkin, seasoned eggplant, lettuce kimchi, and cold seaweed soup. Woo-sung, you should eat a lot since you seem a little weak lately. You're having a nightmare. When I picked pickled pumpkin with chopsticks and put it into Woo-sung's mouth, he got startled and then frowned. But he was docile enough to eat the food. How is it? It's good, but I think the only thing they did was just using good salted shrimp. As Woo-sung said, whenever I chew pickled pumpkin, I could feel plump salted shrimp were popping in my mouth. I put my spoon in the rice soup that Juhi couldn't eat. They poured clean meat broth that they boiled with meat and spring onions to properly cooked newly harvested rice. Alright, I guess we're being Gordon Ramsay now. Sure. They put some clotted blood. Ew. Ew. Oh, why? Okay. Cool. You do you, I guess. It's just not for me. Bracken and seasoned napa cabbage with oil and put a fistful of chili powder. It was just the common way they do in Unjong Street lately. They put enough oil in it and the chili powder is properly crushed. They just used better ingredients. What a shame for that client. Why asking for the investigation when he can just use better ingredients? He didn't even tell us exactly what he wanted. Maybe he wanted to say something embarrassing. Now, shouldn't we sneak into their storage and get some of their soybean paste? I mean, paste decided the taste of the food anyway. Well, it's just bland compared to Northern Village paste. Okay, Juhi! I get it. You're bougie as hell, okay? I get it. Plus, your dress is super cute, I guess. Fine. Alright. You're from the Northern Village. I fucking get it. Juhi interrupted indifferently, chewing seasoned eggplant. She said she couldn't eat anything here, but now she's eating some dishes in front of her. If you're not sure, why don't you order drinks and try as well since it's a tavern? Well, looks like somebody's craving alcohol today. How can I crave something I haven't even tried? It's for you. I was surprised by Juhi's surprisingly indifferent answer. Even though she is highborn, I felt like she could have tried already somehow if she wanted with that personality. I mean, even if some of the royal ladies liked alcohol a lot, her family is just from Northern Village. But Juhi scolded me like I said something ridiculous. What do you think of Northern Village? I'm the daughter of a prestigious family. If I drank at my house, I couldn't have gotten away with it even if my father was still alive. Then... screaming, I guess. A guy was screaming near their warehouse. Oh, well, in that case... Yeah, alright. Good enough. When they came running, the owner of the tavern was on the ground with a deathly pale face. In the middle of the warehouse was an old woman stabbed and fell down on the ground. Another body? Oh god. Okay, let me look at this term really fast. Iljaim, an alias used by the righteous thief in Chosun. Oh, so this is a real life thing? This thief appears in the annals of the Joseon dynasty as well. He always left one branch of the ume flower at every place he's been. So for shorter definitions, I'll just read them out entirely, but for longer stuff, I'll just give you the short version. Anyway, yeah, cool. We got another body shadow. Great! In the middle of the warehouse was an old woman stabbed and fell down on the ground. There's a piece of crinkled paper on her stomach. It was a picture of an ume flower from Ilsheim who's been appearing in the capital a lot lately. I pushed through the crowd and pushed spectators away. Nobody get in. And you guys, go get the police. Okay. Cool. Good. Hello, baby. I've missed you. Oh my goodness, my darling, my love. Oh my goodness, my heart. Oh, I've missed you, honey. Oh my goodness, I thought I'd never see you again. Please woo me, because Juhi almost swayed me to her side with that knight in shining armor act. Oh my goodness, I missed you so much. Well, on that wonderful note, back with my sweet, sweet Damo again, I'm gonna call the episodes here, and we'll reunite with my sweet, sweet Damo Seon next episode. Wait, so her name is Seon then, because the surname goes first. Oh my goodness, so pretty. Oh my goodness, honey, I've missed you. But we'll see her next episode. We will see her next episode, because I think that is enough excitement for one day. So thank you so much, whoever happens to be watching this. Like, comment, subscribe. It really does help me out. Subscribe to see me, again, flirt shamelessly with my sweet, sweet katana lady. And until next time, bye!